in healthcare, sometimes we don't always have the best days. So we make the best out of our day. That includes from seeing the coworkers. Like before COVID happened, we all would go in the break room and we would talk, we would speak to one another. Oh my God, I miss the hugs. I miss, we used to hug each other, things like that. Now, since COVID happened, it's like we're missing that part. We're missing the hugs. We're missing the fun, the joy, the laughter in the break room during that, quick lunch. Now we do things like go to an empty room or go to our cars to eat, things like that. But other than that, I think that, we never lose our personality, either way it goes. So we find ways, I find ways to make people laugh, or, some people say I may be silly. I will crack jokes, all day, but, it's a little sarcastic jokes, but there are jokes that actually, will have, it makes them laugh. When the patients come in, when I greet them, it's like I greet them as if they're family. Mr. Such and such, Mrs. So and so, hey, come on down, come on down, like as if it was like this was like a game show, a talk show, or something like that. They love those type of things. I remember each patient. I couldn't tell you how, but for some reason I remember each patient that comes into the office, and it's like we've developed, instead of like a patient, and healthcare worker relationship, we've like developed a friendship instead. The type of person that I am, I am very genuine. I'm very home-like. I don't treat you as if you're my patient. I don't treat you as if you're just anybody. Well, I treat anybody like they're my friend. I mean, if they don't want to be friends, it's all right with me. But I still, treat them as if, they're my friend. They're much more than actually like they're family. Not even friends, but family. I treat them like they're much more than just, just anybody. Like I said, it's more like family. But I with the coworkers as well, we have fun. We talk about our problems to one another. Sometimes, other people, they need, myself, we vent, away from home, when we need that time, even when we get away from home. It's like we're at work 5 days a week out of those 7 days, 5 days a week. So naturally, we're like family. We're like a close family. So most of the time, we know if one another is going through something. The same as with my patients. I can tell when I know the patients personally, not personally, but, when you really get to know them, you can tell, well, this isn't how they were before. You can tell when something's going on, when something is wrong. Even when we get, like we've had patients to come in that, didn't know that they were COVID positive. We do the test, and then we explain to them the steps after that. If they have any questions or concerns, we encourage them to reach out to us, to let us, be a part of their, to make sure that they know we are a part of their health, and them getting, the best health care that they can possibly get. Like we're not just there for just to maybe make an insurance claim, or just to, it's like some people, they would say, well, they just want my money, Nah, we're there to actually help. We're there to actually make you better, even if it's, like I said, a short conversation, even if it's, just talking on the phone for a little bit, even if you just came into the office just to, not for much, but it's something minor, and just needed that ear, we would do that. We would do that. I would do that because that's the type of person that I am. And I encourage other people to do the same thing, because people remember that, not just patients, but people, they remember the kindness. They remember, and you don't have to do it just like on purpose, like just to be kind on purpose. It's just people that they remember how genuine you are, inpatient. I would think that, like I said, if it was me in those, in that person's shoes, or if I was the patient, I would want to see like a future of maybe them making the exam rooms. I know there's a lot of equipment that go along with the patients, and it's pretty crowded in there, but making those rooms accessible for them to have one person to stay with them. I know that there are, people who are allowed someone to stay with them with COVID for the duration. When it's not as bad, but when it gets to like ICU, sometimes people need, to me, having someone there with you may just be that, just to say, hey, I love you, even if you think they can't hear you, just to say, hey, I love you. You can do this. You can pull through. Sometimes maybe love, maybe them having, someone with them to just give them a little bit more, encouraging them to, just to give them a little bit more of a fight may help them pull through. I believe that, when I believe that love conquers all. I believe that love, never fails. I believe that, love, with everything, we should do it in love. I say that because, to me, without love, what do we have? What do we have? Because there are, like, including, at work with the patients that I work with, my other, colleagues, we find, to me, we laugh together because we love each other. When I laugh with the patients, I love the patients. I love them, even if, they may not hear from anyone else, but they may hear it from us. They may hear it from me. I have patients who call me just to say, hey, I love you. I know it's a bit, weird sometimes for a patient to actually call me just to say that. I will have other people to laugh about it, but to me, I felt, when they say that to me, I feel it. And I know they genuinely, they do, maybe, I don't do things or help. I'm not in this field just to get a check, I guess, or I'm in this field to actually help serve, make one's life better. And like I said, with COVID happening and things that's been going on with COVID, it's a little bit more difficult to, have, like to hug those patients that want that hug. You have to limit yourself to maybe that elbow bump, or sometimes even a fist bump, but they know how you feel, and if you express that to them, I feel like I know they know. Especially with me, I know they know.